Hello, everybody. Welcome back to All the Nerds Live. It's a Wednesday stream. We're here to talk about Bad Batch Episode 3.
Yes,
We were
sir.
joined with friend of the show, OG. Mike
OG.
Jedi Jive.
Our first live stream. And All New Nerds' first live stream.
And All the
We're on
Nerds
Jedi
first.
Jive.
Yeah, sure. It's true.
It feels like we were watching Loki just yesterday.
It's true.
It's true. It's true. But, so yeah, we're here to talk about Episode 3, Solitary Clone. We watched it last night at the watch party. Saw some of you guys there. And it was fun. And well, I guess we'll go around the horn and start off. But what are the initial thoughts of the ep? Dylan.
Me? I keep thinking. At first, I had this top 3 Bad Batch. This might be my favorite Bad Batch episode. And it didn't even have we'll get into it, but it didn't even have.
A little sun on here.
It didn't have any of the Bad Batch technically, unless you count Crosshair. So I don't know. I this is definitely like a S plus whatever episode for me. I'm giving it 9.3 out of 10.
There's Chad.
Chad,
let me send you a link
rating. Favorite episode of Bad Batch?
I think so. I mean, I have to rewatch season 1, but just I don't know. Coming off I was reading.
I think you might have some recency bias there.
It's definitely true. I gotta do a rewatch, but as it stands,
it's not a bad take. It's not a bad take, but
yeah, I mean,
I would want you to have watched season 1 recently before making that take. Before making
Understood.
that take. But okay. Levi, I know we talked about it on the show a little bit, but
we did. I'm much the same as Dylan. It's a 9.3 for me. Very good, very good episode. I don't know, we'll go way more in depth into it, but I really liked it.
I'm hoping the season stays on this trajectory for sure. I don't think it will, but
why not?
Why not?
Why can't it?
Well, it can. I just think as season 1 I thought it had its ups and downs. I'm thinking season 2 is gonna have that too. Like I don't think the next episode is gonna be near.
By the way, there's only one slight down in Bad Batch season 1, and it's Infested, and that's still a mid-ep. But besides that,
yeah, it's all up.
It's all up.
Sure.
So.
Okay, I don't think from 1 to end though it's like a fully uphill.
I'm with you, Chad.
I think. Well, I mean, maybe not, but I would say that already this is a better episode than the first 2. So
yeah, I agree with that.
And no Willa spoilers in here because I haven't seen the episode yet.
You haven't seen it? I didn't know you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, when would I have watched it? I've been like with Johnny for the past.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
We went to sleep after Bad Batch last night, and then we immediately
watched Babylon today for the second time. Still liked it even better.
It's gonna turn into a Babylon stream. No, I want to hear what Mike thought about episode 3.
Mike, thoughts on the app?
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page as all you guys. I would definitely give it about a 9 out of 10. I liked how it was really the visual storytelling for me was really impactful in this one. Like the first thing I said in my reaction when I came out was the visual impact of Cody just having his color taken away alone was very having his individuality stripped from him like that was very visually impactful right away. Because when even Crosshair was like, I didn't recognize you, and I was like, yeah, neither did I. That's crazy that Cody, who's originally one of the most visually unique clones, had his individuality stripped from him. So I just found that particularly impactful for me. And then I just liked how the episode itself wasn't particularly eventful in terms of it being like big events. It was just more sort of the subject matter was really really important. And yeah, I definitely agree. I want to see the rest of the season continue on the same trajectory. Like Dylan said.
Definitely a heavy action app, which I particularly enjoyed. Here's Chad to join us.
What's going on, Chad?
Welcome, Chad.
Chad in the house.
Go 6-person.
Chad, quick thoughts on the app? I guess
pretty good. I liked it.
Pretty good. Okay.
Pretty good.
I wouldn't say I'm gonna agree with Dylan here. I think it's top 5 Bad Batch.
That guy said it's his favorite episode though.
I don't think it's my favorite. I don't think it can.
I'm not there either.
Yeah, I don't think it can top the final for me of season 1.
The finale season 1.
Yeah. But it's at least top 5, I would say.
Hey, no spoilers, but Willow though, huh? Willow, Mike before the show was down on Willow, so
Mike did not like it.
God, yeah, I'm
divided.
I'm upset how it ended. I was like, you're just gonna end it like that though?
Yeah, I thought the ending was terrible.
Not satisfying. I imagine.
Johnny watched the first like 20 minutes of the movie last night, and he's like, oh, I don't know,
I-
man. He's like,
I had to go
"God."
to bed. I had to
He was
go
like,
to
I,
bed.
he's like, I don't know how I feel about
It was
that.
late.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
I know, that's what I said.
I
20
know, I
minutes.
know, I know. I said I need to finish it. I
He
said
did
this.
say
Ben's
that.
trying
He
to
did
out
say
me.
that, but
Yeah, come
I
on,
am.
man.
I'm gonna out you. I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
You
Anyways,
Will is
but,
on the
um,
brain.
Opinion.
yeah.
Okay, well, Bad
hello.
Batch. I guess I haven't given my thoughts.
Anyways,
yet,
yeah.
so.
Sorry. Back to Bad Batch. Jesus.
Back to Bad Batch. Awesome episode. Probably give it like an 8, 9, 9-0, somewhere
So
around there.
You've dropped a little bit. Last night you were strong 9-0.
I just sometimes my scale and I think about what really constitutes a 9, and I just saw what was like a 9.6, 9.7 in a movie theater. So maybe Bad Batch dropped a little because of that.
You can't
Eight,
compare
nine-
Babylon.
8, 9 is
You can't compare
strong, but
Babylon
I
to
am
Bad
What?
Batch.
Sorry.
What is this? What is this
Sorry.
comparison?
Sorry, I just watched a
Absurd.
good movie and I'm like, and I'm
You did.
buzzing on it, and I'm like, what's
One of
Bad
the
Batch
best.
that good?
One
no,
of the
it's,
best.
no, it's an 8, 9 or it's a 9. You know, whatever. 8, 9, 5.
895.
8, 9,
Go
5.
either way.
In
The
the
action
middle.
was fantastic, but really, what I enjoyed seeing most was the Clone Wars throwbacks, getting the commando droids,
Yes.
and the way the droidicas are like rolling around above them. And they hear
Yeah,
it, and
they
the
were
sound is down there,
Terrifying.
And I have like surround sound, like headphones, and I like you could
Mhm.
hear the droidicas
yeah.
circling them. It was horrifying.
We need a
actually.
Droideka horror movie.
It
among
felt,
other
it felt like
horror
that.
I love that.
Old Droideka short film horror movie.
Drake short.
Yeah, and then
That'd be
the commandos,
awesome,
and just
though.
all the B1s coming with like the rocket launchers, like shooting down the gunship and just the troop carrier rather. Yeah, what it was just good action, and then great to see Cody again. Good Crosshair stuff. We talked a little bit about the Callus connection there with him just being the solitary clone, just sitting alone in his bedroom. No one likes him. Sort of sad.
In the cafeteria. Yeah.
In the cafeteria, yeah, it's I don't know.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man. That's probably the
Yeah.
best episode of season 2 so far. I
Well,
think
of
we
the
all
three,
agree.
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Not much to go off of, but yeah, for sure.
As
Yeah.
you
I
kind
know.
of mentioned, it definitely it felt very Clone Wars, which obviously it's a successor to the
Mhm.
Clone Wars, so it should. But I feel like overall, like this really did feel like a Clone Wars episode. Especially, I mean, how could it not? You have all the like battle droids and stuff from
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
era.
they're talking about Dooku too,
Yeah,
though.
Yeah,
we were talking about that
exactly.
last night. Is that Dooku's presence has been
Felt
Felt.
every episode.
It's
I
yeah, yeah.
love the Dooku connection so far this season. I mean, obviously the last two were very much
Right.
about Dooku.
It makes
so.
him feel like way more impactful than I personally think that the movies do for his character, and to see
Yeah.
that like post his death like ring on even like into the second season of Bad
The man
Batch,
was a
however long
warlord.
far- Yeah, exactly. And so
So
yeah, it's
No,
pretty
he wasn't.
pretty
No, that's the
sweet. to
thing.
see all
He was a warlord to some, but to most, he was a. It's what Kiadi Mooney says. He's not a warrior. He's a political idealist. Like he
that. Yeah,
led
yeah.
for 2 years
Mhm.
before the Clone Wars. He led a public-facing, a peaceful separatist movement. And to a lot of the galaxy, like this guy is the face of revolution, of freedom
Mhm.
from the Republic.
Yeah.
And so with someone like Romar and last week, someone who lived directly on Sereno, like where this dude is the count. He's royalty on this planet. He left the order to become the richest dude on this planet. He feels the pain of the taxation of living under this guy and the weight. But someone like Tawny Ames on the Outer Rim, who the Republic has been trying to claim her planet for, Coruscant, the central governing body has been trying to claim her planet for 100 years or whatever. And this guy's like, yo, this isn't right, and the Republic's corrupt, and it's all going this one way. To her, she's like, everything he said was correct, and to some degree, it was. And she says that right to Governor Groton. Like, Dooku saw this coming. He saw an empire coming, and that makes, it flips. What Bad Batch does is, I mean, it's something we've always known from between episode 3 and 4, like Republic becoming an empire, but we get to watch how it flips the notion of who's the good guy, who's the bad guys on its head. Like the droids in this one, they're the good guys,
Yeah.
right?
And we
Like,
kind of have two bad guys going up against each other, at least
Yeah.
with what we're familiar with. So it's definitely a conflicting episode too.
Has
With,
you
like,
rooting
like-
for the bad guys, but
Right, it's a little
No.
like
Yeah.
manipulative, I guess.
yeah, it plays a trick on you.
Right, but
Yeah.
it's also got that and we saw a little bit of it in Clone Wars, but you get that like separatist sympathy, and that there's like
Yeah.
connections to those episodes in Clone Wars in this episode too. I forget her name, but they drop.
Nina
the name-
Bonteri, yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They're very blunt about how they
Is
drop
that
it.
Lux's
Yeah,
mom?
anyone related to Lux
Yeah.
is a thumb.
Is
to
it
the
Lux.
not
Yeah.
a, not a Lux lover?
Ben hates Lux, but
Wait,
Ben
no,
hates
Lux
Lux with a
ain't good.
passion, but
Lux can't choose who's he's related to. I'm sorry, it's his mom.
Wait, don't they?
No, she raised a shitty kid.
Do we know the?
She did.
Do we know the fate of Lux Bonteri?
Yeah, he
Oh,
joins
God,
up with.
I hope he dies a grizzly.
He'll be in a
Oh,
scene.
No, he
Yeah.
doesn't. He doesn't die a grisly death. Actually, so he joins up with Saw Gerrera's partisans after Saw dies, and he sort of becomes the like he becomes the leader of the organization, and the Empire tries to assassinate him, like with Inferno Squad, like Iden Versio and stuff. But it ends up like Iden Versio actually like spares his life and lets him live.
Okay,
And he,
so
like,
wait,
slinks
does-
away.
doesn't he technically
Now
qualify
Iden's
as like
the
the
good
only
character.
person that's ever been like romantically involved with Ahsoka Tano?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Canonically-
I guess we'll
canonically,
see
yeah.
what the. I mean, if the
Yeah.
Ahsoka show even has
To
that.
the
but
extent
yeah.
where they could like bring him
Oh,
back.
is
and
Lux
her be
gonna
like,
be in the Ahsoka show?
Lux will be
They're
a
gonna
main character in the Ahsoka.
Please no.
No, wait. When
Please
did yeah? I mean,
I wish you hadn't told me all that, Levi. Now, like, that's sort of cool.
It is cool. Yeah, he has
That's
like,
so cool.
he leads this whole partisan
I'm
movement.
gonna
Like,
pretend like I didn't know that.
it's cool though. It's the Inferno Squad.
He'll
book.
still
It's
be
awesome.
on the. He'll still be on.
He's
the
in a
Matrix.
book, so Dave Filoni will retcon.
Nah,
that
I'm done with
later,
him and
don't worry.
Filoni.
Right.
Iden, I'm and Iden.
Well, this book-
I haven't read any
This
of the
book
books
ba-
or anything. But
Inferno Squad, like it's so good. Good book.
so
Much better
so
than
yeah,
It
it's
is.
good. Bad Batch season 2,
Bad Batch season
episode
2.
3.
This book.
Crosshair
you looking
had
for
some
this book,
cra-
Levi?
Yes, that book.
You
There
like
it
the
is.
book? Yeah.
Never finished it. Started it.
Oh well,
Never finished it.
you're missing out on good
some-
books. You're
Half
missing out
of
on
my
the only
Star
good
Wars
ones
books
very
I've
content.
started. Okay.
Some great Crosshair trick shots. Probably like my favorites. I mean, we've had a handful, but him shooting down the barrel of the tank,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
I love the mirrors. The mirrors are always
Yeah.
so fun.
We're still
Anytime-
rolling with the
anytime
main
anything.
part, too. I wonder
And
how
both
much
had like
longer.
slow motion sequences in them. That would-
Yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah.
Very
It
Well, I
cool.
goes
was
to, like
saying-
120 frames per second for
I would say
Yeah.
early in the episode when he's like, I don't think it's that impressive when he's like shooting down the barrel because the laser bolts just go wherever he's pointing. You know, there's no
Yeah.
like,
No,
there's
but you
no
gotta
wind,
stabilize it, like,
there's
there's-
no drop. It's
He's
just, I
holding
know, but when you
still.
see the POV,
Yeah, Ben was
scope
saying this
shot,
last night. He's like, it's
just
just
like
easy.
it just goes to each head, and it's like
I'm sure not
okay,
everyone could
You're
do
just
that,
pulling a
though.
trigger. I'm like, whatever, anyone could do that.
Yeah, but he's a professional. Though.
I feel like I
Yeah.
could do
It's
that.
good.
And then-
Stabilized.
but
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
he's-
He's just
saying-
really good at it.
Ben's like on the verge of saying he can shoot better than Crosshair.
Yeah, I can do it.
If I had like the laser gun that could do just it went wherever you were pointing, it wouldn't be that hard, I don't think, to hit a stationary battle
think
droid,
he
He was,
which is
yeah,
what
but
he's
to be
been
fair,
doing.
there was literally like tank bolts going over his head as he was doing
Over
it.
his head,
I don't know
that's
if I
what
could.
you
do
do.
Okay,
that
well,
too.
Yeah, Ben
anyways,
would be
I
able to handle
rescinded
that.
this
No
take
problem.
after he started hitting the
It
crazy
calls back to
ricochet
Luke and the
shot.
Death Star and like waiting to the last second to like take the shot.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Ben's saying he can do that mirror trick shot on the.
I did not say that. You didn't let me
Command-
finish.
Hey,
Command
I-
said
I-
there.
Early in the
All-
episode, I was saying this. When he started hitting the ricochet shots, I'm like, okay, Crosshair, I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
Hey,
that's
all
when we
I'm
get some
saying,
peak crosshair.
he's a better
Yeah.
sniper shot than I am in Star Wars Battlefront. All right.
Well, it's not.
I
It's not just that.
I-
To me, though,
I
it's not
agree
just
with
he's a sniper.
Battlefront
He's
has
using-
Me too,
drop
not
though.
say- not
like
saying
like
you.
like the implication to me
That's-
is that he's really good at like it's like nerdy like math because my favorite trick shot of the whole episode hasn't been talked about yet. It's when he bounces the bolt off of the droideka shield into the two droids.
Oh, yeah.
And like
Yes,
that's something
that's
that you gotta like it's a circle and he's working the angle and like he hits a specific point where it bounces off. Like that's not like a I'm good at shooting. That's
Hmm.
I don't even know how you calculate that in his
He's
mind.
good
Like
at
he can
yeah.
he's good at angles. Like that's
I mean,
good.
everybody. Tech is obviously like the genius of the group.
I think
But
Crosshair's a
you-
genius in his own right.
Yeah, Crosshair is like very smart as well.
Yeah.
But also talking about the rest of the group and like a little bit about of our stream last night with Corey.
Yeah.
This
Oh
just
yeah,
came in
Cody.
today.
Cody had.
Mm,
I was
mm.
gonna say Cody had a knife kill that was like particularly barbaric.
Yeah,
too.
It's brutal.
Congrats on
Yeah.
that, Chad. Congrats.
Oh, dude, I'm happy.
That's
Remember,
sick.
remember when everyone thought that was Hunter's knife? No,
Oh, I thought I was one of those
Uh,
people.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Hunter's knife. No,
I was
Oh
one
my
of
God.
those people.
Just
I was
a Vibro
worried.
Knife.
Yeah.
No, I sort of
Uh,
missed those guys. It was a good ep. I sort of missed Hunter and I sort of missed
No, I
Wrecker
do-
and Omega.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I
Yeah.
am like, yeah, it was again still probably my favorite ep, but I'm missing. I kind of feel the way I did with the episode with Hera, where it's like I'm missing the rest of the batch.
Okay,
right
so you
now.
guys keep. I don't know. See that ep, like they are in it though.
They're,
Like
Yeah,
it's,
oh,
it's
exactly,
only
right,
one
but-
episode, and then they're in it for about 10 minutes as opposed to the rest of the 20. And then the next
Yeah.
episode of the arc, like they're completely.
I think it's more like
completely in it.
5 minutes. They're in the
I don't know.
The Harrow
No,
ones.
they're like
5 to 10. They go to the
It's
moon.
like 1 second. It's like one
It's
scene.
like-
It's not
It's
a
like a
second.
scene.
It's
Yeah.
not a second. I mean,
I
yeah,
thought it
you
was
get a
just a
whole
scene,
scene
though,
of
on the
Omega
moon.
and Hera in the Ghost, though.
Yeah.
well,
I
and,
mean, sorry,
and,
the Havoc- the
Omega,
Havoc
yeah,
Marauder.
and Omega,
Rather.
yes, but not like the Batch. I wouldn't
Sure,
say the
sure.
Batch.
Maybe not the
Yeah.
Batch.
right.
but
Either way.
but again, Crosshair is a member of the Bad Batch, and
Right.
Yeah,
right,
sure.
much unlike the first season where you just get like glimpses of them in an episode. I'm glad they actually just went like, no, this is a Crosshair episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
We're
went
doing
all
this
in
with him.
because
Right.
this made me think more of episode 3, Cornered, or Replacements rather,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where we first, and that is mostly a Crosshair ep, but you get a little little taste of
Mhm.
Omega and Hunter chasing
Right.
down that like
Mhm.
whatever it was and whatever moon it was all new stuff.
Yeah, the
So-
dragon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The-
late
the
dragon.
Ordo
So
Moon
it's a
Yeah,
different
that's what it
approach
was.
here, and I expect it's something that's going to continue throughout the season, maybe once or twice more. We're just going to get a straight up Crosshair ep.
Yeah.
don't
I would
know.
love to see it again.
I don't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
don't
want
hate
more.
it.
I want.
don't
I
hate
love
it.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Personally.
I could do with both in the same app. I don't know. I'm
Well,
split.
it is
I miss
Well,
my boys, dude. I missed the batch.
True.
well
I
something
feel it.
that the
I feel
show is doing is, makes the show worthwhile to me, and sort of like it's a mission statement, is it gets to be, this is the dark times. We're talking about how you're starting to question, like, it's not even separatist sympathy, like the political situation has completely changed, and so you get to see these vignettes of this is what the dark times look like we've seen glimpses of it in Obi-Wan and Andor, but those are movie characters that we're following, so it's
Right.
it's more in line with like the Skywalker saga. This stuff, like the Clone Wars level stuff, is a lot more minute of this
You
is
get to go
straight
to like
up.
the Outer Rim and stuff.
Yeah,
and
you
see,
get to
like,
go to the Outer Rim and see how, like, the Johnny mentioned it last night, but the shot of Cody watching as the injured clones
Oh,
walk
yeah,
out
that's
and the TK
by far my
troopers come
favorite
in.
moment.
Like, it's a little moment, but it means a lot in the context of the galaxy and the political state of the galaxy. Like, hey man, they're getting used up, they're on their
Right.
way out, and
Well,
yeah.
I like
any-
the little. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. Keep going.
there you go. Yeah, you're good.
Well, I like the little. It's a small moment. I think it's in the cafeteria, but they're talking about how there's a vote going on about getting new recruitments that aren't clones, and they're like, let's hope
Yeah.
it doesn't pass. Like last time, it didn't pass, but obviously,
Yeah.
I think we know what's going to happen there.
Probably gonna
Uh,
pass.
There's a lot of small
Probably.
stuff in this episode that like had some cool implications for the world at the time, even though it wasn't
Yeah.
like a super huge Star Wars
Yeah.
story. It was kind of contained.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
Yeah,
that,
I
was
love.
that-
I love what. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, was that wall of Arabesh supposed to be like a
All the
a wall of-
clones.
That's
that's
yeah,
part
that-
of the Memorial
so
Wall.
that's
like the
It was in-
memorial. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
in season 5 of Clone Wars briefly.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
okay.
all the clones that died on
Geonosis.
Yes.
Oh,
The
wow.
Memorial
Yeah.
Geonosis. It's a
So if-
slab. It's a big
if you
slab
tr-
of sandstone.
If you translate those, then they're all like names of clones, then, or is it like?
It'd probably be
I think they're
numbers.
CT numbers. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah,
CT
yeah.
numbers.
Right.
Because
I wouldn't be surprised if the Empire
early
like,
on.
destroys it or something.
No,
I feel like that'd be a cool moment.
Yeah.
Well, that
maybe-
memorial though is I talked about it last night, but I'll say it again here. Like that, the framing of that, the symbolism of that, it means so much because Cody, all those men died when it was a republic, when they were fighting for
Mhm.
something good. Cody was part of that. He was on Geonosis. They were fighting for this cause,
No,
and then
Cody
that
wasn't-
cause, and then
Cody
that cause
wasn't on
became.
first Geonosis.
Well, he was on second Geonosis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the memorial's for both though, right?
I think the memorial is just for the first battle
Is
of
it only for
Geonosis.
first?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Well,
It
anyway,
still represents the old.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
point
yeah,
is-
anyway.
yeah, it represents
Anyway.
that the Republic fought for this thing that was good. They all partook in that, and then here they are getting discarded. They're fighting for what? He's like, we have to live with these choices now. We're what? We're like the
Mm.
we're this evil empire. What's going on? Like what changed? But they're standing there. They have to live with it. And what happened? And the moment that hits the most is when Crosshair said they're traitors, just like the Jedi. And the look on Cody's face, man, like you clearly know he's thinking about Obi-Wan. Like
They,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
they
what-
held
what
on
did I
Cody
do?
a lot.
He's like, what did I do, man?
There was
Mm.
another line about. Was that the line? Actually, is that what you just brought up when they're in front of the memorial? And because
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, great moment. Great moment. A lot of great Cody moments. Cody,
Well,
like,
yeah.
definitely a standout for me. I feel like
To go back to like the earlier scene, what Levi was saying when he was just like standing and watching all the TKs come, like it's just
Yeah.
perfect. Like no, just music, no dialogue, and he's just
Mhm.
watching his career end pretty much. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm done after this now. Like,
I mean, you got to think about the moment that just happened before that. I mean, like,
Mhm.
like Cody was like I want to help you, and then like, the fucking governor gets released. And he's like, shoot her, like
Yeah.
all this, and then
Mhm.
Crosshair follows the orders, and
Well,
and
I was-
and I think she said something along the lines of like, like so much for peace or whatever, something like that. But yeah, I mean, Cody promised peace and then got that. Didn't
Cody's
follow through. Not
Cody's
his
a
fault,
cool
though.
look too, because he's like, as we know, he's like kind of not the oldest, but an older clone, and he's like, I fought a war to end a war. I'm not gonna do another war. And then obviously we see how that comes to a head. But I thought that was a really cool perspective for the episode.
And well, the thing is too, everything that's happening here on Desix, the planet is called, is pretty meaningless
Awesome
to the rest of the
planet.
galaxies. Even Rampart in the beginning of the episode is like, it's like some random backwater planet. It's like it wouldn't even be on my radar if not for this like insurrection that's going down. So it just shows you like this is happening all over the galaxy, and like it's so minor to the higher ups of the Empire. They're just like whatever, like doesn't even matter.
Well, and the canonization of the idea of separatist holdouts further from Legends, because in Legends continuity, that is what the Empire uses to justify continuing to building its military and using Star Destroyers and like that. They were like, oh, they're separatist holdouts, so we got to keep making more military might. And so in canon to see it's referenced in the Tarkin novel a little bit, but to see like there are these still pockets other than General Kalani where they have droids and they just have battle droids, and why wouldn't they? Because they had all these, they had all of them. They always talk about in Clone Wars there was hundreds and hundreds of more times droids than there were of clones. Meaning there were probably like billions of droids, trillions even, because they were so cheap to make. They'd be everywhere, and so why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they fight back?
We also get the line about the shutdown, how there was like some massive shutdown of all the droids. So
like
in episode
Anakin.
3, Anakin.
Anakin. Gives the order.
Right.
But some of them, as we see in Rebels, just refuse it or don't, or they get reprogrammed, or that's what I'm saying. So
did they explain the ones on Desix? Were they reprogrammed or were they?
They said they were reprogrammed.
They said that. Okay, I couldn't remember.
It's funny how like less annoying battle droids are when they're aggressive and like reprogrammed to be more like sort of that aggressive version where they're like, "Shut up!"
No, I love. There was a moment where I think one of them high five.
Yeah, they high five.
That was awesome.
Yeah, man, who programmed them to high five? Come on.
I know. That's It
was really those
love that.
commando
And
droids that gave them the most.
The commando droids are horrifying too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they were dropping from the top of the stairwell there.
Is that the same voice actress as Shak T?
For
the governor.
Ames.
The governor, yeah.
I'll tell you what,
I believe
She's familiar.
She's the voice of Poison Ivy in all the DC animated stuff and like the Arkham games, but I don't know.
Her voice definitely sounded familiar.
I think she might be Shak T too. I know for a fact she's Poison Ivy.
That's what it was. I was like listening or like I was watching the episode. I'm like, I know this person from somewhere.
Wait, in Batman the animated series, that's who?
No, in the Arkham game, all the
Arkham
games.
The Arkham games. I thought you said
Which I mean, it could be. I mean, it's all like the modern Batman stuff.
It could be animated series.
Yeah, it could be. Like she's, this is a voice actor. She's been in the game for a while.
Interesting.
But I think she might be Shak T though. I think you might be right.
Or Shak T.
I'm looking that up. Just curious.
Shak T just wants a canon death.
She does.
Yeah.
Feel so bad for her.
Yeah. She got that mention in season 7 of Clone Wars, but still nothing confirmed.
I know the mention in season 7 of Clone Wars, which alludes to her.
It makes me think it's Grievous, but
her deleted scene death.
Yep, she's Tony Ames. Yep, it's Shak T.
Nice.
Tazia Valenza.
Good catch, by the way.
Yeah,
that's a very good catch. Damn. Very cool.
She's also Tora Doza's mom in Star Wars Resistance. That's what I knew. I was like, she's a Doza, I think.
Everybody's favorite, Star Wars Resistance.
You're the one person that caught that.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't. Like, I placed Poison Ivy and Doza, but not Shak T.
Yeah. Great.
I want to next week a little bit because next week is called Faster, I believe.
Faster.
That's got to be we see in the trailer. There's like
that's got to be the racing one. That's got to be the one with tech racing.
Haven't seen Rex yet either. Rex.
I've not seen Rex.
Okay.
I imagine he'll be like maybe mid-season, like he was in last season, or at the finale or something. Like that.
Cody's got to be going to get Rex, right? Or going.
No. That's actually a huge thing I want to talk about too. Is Cody's future? Because Cody left.
Yeah.
Cody ran away.
Yeah. So
well, they didn't. they didn't make it obvious if he was. I mean, I'm sure he's alive, but I feel
They
like
wouldn't give
kinda
him an
kept
off-camera
it.
death like
It's-
that.
No,
it's-
no.
Yeah, no,
He's
no, no.
alive. I mean,
He's-
he went
He's
AWOL. That's what
Yeah.
Rampart says.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought when he said he went AWOL, they were just referring to him.
I wish they'd
not-
put him
not
in
shooting
Kenobi.
the,
No,
N-
I'm kidding. I'm
That-
kidding
that-
with him not being in Kenobi.
He like
Mike, do you,
AWOL
do you
means
know
fine.
do you know
Right,
do you know about so like there was an original Kenobi script and Commander Cody was in it. Do you know?
Oh
do you know
yeah,
anything about
yeah, I
that?
kind of
No.
heard about that, but yeah, they should have done that because
It's a little goofy.
No.
well, maybe
It
not
would've
that
been bad.
specifics. I just mean like I want to know.
But
that
I
Cody-
understand you wanted Cody in it.
What's
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name? Cutler Quaid. Is Cutler Quaid like? Did we see him die? I forget, or did he?
No, he
lived.
gets away.
No,
but-
no.
No, he's
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Okay, so like
chilling.
same thing. Like we know that like some clones like get to live. Like
Oh
it doesn't.
man, I hope we
necessarily-
get to see.
I
Cut,
just yeah, as long as they show
don't
that
know.
like that he
We
we don't know
doesn't.
how long though. Like
hope we
Cutler
don't see-
Quaid, I assume probably dies before. You know.
Well, that
the-
you know,
the-
you do get Wolf and Gregor and
Maybe. Why wouldn't he live for a
But
long
yeah, I guess
time?
that's the
Yeah,
one clone that
yeah.
would probably
Yeah.
live.
I mean, like,
Last
Cut
Bad
is
Batch.
kind of.
I
Wolf
think
is
Cut's
like-
coming
is
back
more
for
like
whatever
family-
the clones are.
Cut's gonna raise his grandkids, man.
No, Cut's not going to show back up because if he doesn't show back up, all we know he's living somewhere happy
Yeah,
on a
it's
farm.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So if he shows back up, it's something bad.
Yeah.
So
because like
Yeah, he's
we
old
don't see him
he's gonna
ever
die.
Oh
again.
no! If Cut shows up in an episode, he's
done.
absolutely done.
old Cody
Yeah,
showing up in
absolutely
like
done.
Ahsoka or something, or like Mandalorian season 3, or like it's like, come on, that would be dope. You could still be alive. You could be.
Yeah, do you
alive.
think? I don't know if Cody would make
It's not
it
a
all the way
huge
past.
connection.
He's
I
the
don't
best.
think.
He's the probably the
the
number
OG, though.
one known named clone amongst people that aren't like obsessed with completely like
No,
Other
it's
than
Rex.
Rex,
seen all,
yeah.
you know,
I
No.
still think it's
Number
Rex,
because
though.
he's
I don't-
actually named in a prequel movie. He's the one like named clone that people can probably
Yeah,
name.
No,
I
but
get
if
why you
people-
would say that.
People
I get why you would say
remember Cody from Revenge of the Sith. They've probably seen Clone
Yeah.
Wars. And
See-
anyone else would just forget the name Cody after like 30 seconds. They say
I
like
don't know.
twice,
If I was
twice
like,
in
oh,
that
the
movie.
orange guy, like that
Maybe.
orange guy with the visor, they'd be like, oh yeah, okay, I like the
Oh yeah,
orange.
that guy.
But,
Yeah.
but
See-
they also
see-
made me think that like since they stripped Cody of his orange, that like
Mhm.
now I'm like crap. That means we're not gonna get Hauser this season because like that was like Hauser was the
Well,
turquoise.
We better see Hauser this season.
I think
He's
there's
out
still a
there.
chance. Maybe we got a ton of.
They
episodes.
wouldn't allow him to have that individuality anymore, though.
Yo, he's in
Well,
prison.
he got arrested.
So-
So
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
he's
mean,
gonna-
yeah.
He's in prison.
yeah. So yeah, maybe we
So-
will get him in a like
Maybe we
toned
will.
down,
Right.
colorless version. Yeah, yeah.
There's like
Oh,
another
No, but he's the coolest armor.
He has to have the
I
shaved
know.
head.
He
Though,
is
yeah.
the best one.
another
At least
sort
it's
of
interesting.
thing they talked about in the
Oh,
episode.
sorry,
is that
ballast, not
other clones are
Hauser.
going.
no, Hauser's
or
right.
upright.
No,
Okay.
Hauser's right. Ballast
Yeah.
is
No,
right.
I call him Ballast. I'll never stop
Yeah.
calling him Ballast.
Baja
Oh, what were you
Ballast.
saying? Baja
Well, I was
Ballast.
just saying, like another quote in the episode. They're talking about how clones that don't have malfunction chips are also. It's kind of an off, hand
Regs.
remark, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, how they're uprising as well. So it's not.
Well, it's not
Not
it's
uncommon.
malfunctioning. It's the fact that the chips they just wear off, and you
Oh
can't
yeah.
you can't program the 3 years and then 10 years before that plus of experience that these dudes they lived lives and
Right.
like yeah in that moment you can turn them against the Jedi, but when the Jedi aren't there, when the Jedi are gone, it's like what happened to Cody. Like
Right.
he starts to think about his choices and go, well, I think he
Yeah.
thinks that Order 66 was still his choice, even if the chip compelled him to do it, but he still has those memories.
Right.
I
And
think
he's
he's
still got a
still-
personality outside of
He's got
being a soldier.
personality.
So
Yeah.
like
Something I noticed is we sort of talked about it last night a little
Ooh.
bit, but like he called, like he said Nova and Weiler or whatever.
Yeah,
He-
no, yeah.
yeah.
But he
Right.
said their names. I didn't really think about it.
It
He said-
reminded me
said
of
their
like
names.
Waxer and Boyle.
Yeah,
or-
Rampart
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
even know
Yeah,
Cody's
my
name.
man Wax.
Rampart
Yeah,
is
but-
like, who
yeah,
are you
but
talking about? And then he
Rampart's
other-
a
yeah.
goat, so-
And even other clones like Wilco last week is using the CC numbers and the CT numbers, but Cody is still
Right.
using names, which to me is like, all these clones are making their own decisions.
That's
Someone
fine,
like
Right.
someone like
Wilco
someone
gets a
like-
name, but the other ones don't.
Well, yeah, but then Crosshair calls Cody.
Exactly.
It's like,
which makes me
hmm?
think.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, which
who?
makes me, what makes me think like
That he's holding on a little bit though.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's holding on.
obviously, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
and
feel
then
like that's what
even
the whole episode's
Rampart
about.
Yeah.
Rampart even like poo-pooed the whole like where he was like, "What about Commander Cody?" And he was all like, "Oh, Cody." Like he
Yeah,
made
yeah.
fun of his name. Almost. Yeah, yeah.
Too-
Right.
too
Yeah,
faux.
I like when he says clone loyalty like isn't all it was chopped up to be or whatever he says.
No,
Was it- was it
he's dissing the one clone that is like loyal to him still.
yeah, that
His
shouldn't
his
be,
face
like,
and being
yeah.
like,
It
yeah,
shouldn't
like
be.
he's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I
Yeah,
hate clones.
32 rotations he was left on Camino.
So wait, do we-
throughout
Yeah,
Cody-
even, yeah.
Does
He's
Cody come
fishing, I
back
guess.
now?
Yeah.
Like, Do we see Cody again?
I
Or
hope
was that it?
I certainly hope so. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, so now Cody's AWOL. So like,
I don't
where
know
is
if
he
you
gonna go?
noticed this, but like I
He'll be with Rex,
immediately
probably.
saw like a mirroring of the
That's what I would
composition of the frames of Ahsoka leaving Anakin at the end of season 5 when she
Hmm.
walks off. Like they did the
Mhm.
same framing of like Cody leaving and
they're
Crosshair
walking down
standing
the
there, like yeah,
Bridge there.
and I was that gave me the same vibe.
Yeah.
We know
No,
Rex is in the
for
show
sure.
because he was in the trailers. I'm assuming Cody and
So
Rex
it could
are
be
gonna-
final. I mean, for Cody,
I hope.
like that.
I would love
could,
to
yeah.
see.
Could
No, I that can't. I don't know.
But
I
they're
don't
just
He's
think.
kind of
not in
hint-
this
they're just
season. He's
kind
in
of
another
hinting-
season. He's
Yeah, they're hinting that
Or
he went
something
AWOL
else.
and like
They do another
or-
project.
save him for later, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think.
100%.
I think
This
I think
not
that-
the end of Cody. But
I mean, last season it's established, and I keep talking about it. I keep beating this drum because of what we know from Rebels. But at some point, Rex leads a rebellion of clones that does not go well, and so
yeah,
he's putting clones together, and like Rex and Cody together is something that I think they know would not only
I
make
think
sense
would
now that
happen,
they've
yeah.
set up, but it's something that
Although-
would happen. And I think
Yeah.
Cody is why I don't think he's going to appear is because I think Cody is going to die because Cody is
Yeah.
not in Rebels,
Yeah.
and Rex
No.
and Cody together they were.
You know what scared me was
It's
the
Gregor
music
and Wolf.
because when Cody was walking away, I
oh,
got
the
like
music
a-
actually. Oh,
part of the music reminded me of the scene of Ahsoka looking at Jesse's grave and that sound
Yeah.
of like it had that very somber like wow the war is
Blade
like,
Runner.
yeah,
they've
they
already
brought
all
the
did
they
that.
brought
They
the,
love
the
the
Clone
Blade
Wars theme
Runner
back as
theme.
well, or the clone theme as well, sprinkled
Yeah.
in throughout the
the-
app.
yeah,
Love that.
The music in this
Yeah, the,
episode
the
is
music in particular in this episode
very eerie. Yeah.
fucking rocked.
Kiner's
So
just-
good.
Kiner's been killing it for years.
And they definitely know when to
yeah.
slow it down with this show. Like, obviously, this episode
Yeah.
had like a huge amount of action, but there was also just like they would, hold on a character's face for a little while longer, more than you'd see a lot in like certain, some Clone Wars, even Bad Batch episodes.
Yeah.
So-
And, and
Mhm.
also the Tales of the Jedi, the scene of Dooku walking into or like it was like the light and the dark separate. You know the shot I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, even
Yeah.
when he's just going to the
where Qui-Gon and Dooku
going
like
to meet up.
Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Yaddle and Dooku. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he's
Goes to
going
the
out on Coruscant out to the
Yeah,
outer
and to
area.
me, like I saw
It
that,
works.
like they were mirroring that too, with like Cody's going off on his own and Crosshair's still like their philosophies are like separating, and that like I said, the visual storytelling in this episode was so strong in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
could say so much without having to say anything.
That's what
in
I'm
that
saying.
way.
Yeah, that's why I particularly love this episode because they did leave a lot out and like and just used it in dialogue or just honestly just like implications. I mean,
I don't
'cause
know how much of that is
mainly-
Dave Filoni, like or like just. In
I don't
terms
think
of,
it's
like,
Dave.
even in the like blocking of the characters and how they move in that
I think
way.
Dave is
like,
a lot less involved in this show than
I
he
don't-
is.
I don't think he is involved in the show. I think he is.
Yeah, I don't-
so
he's
like
attached.
props to the layout artists.
He,
then.
he
Yeah.
may have like
That
he
actually-
may have like
I'm sure he consults on the entire 16 episode season, where it starts, where
Yeah.
it ends, like
Right.
the big
Probably
I'll
get
stuff.
just-
some ideas.
And obviously any returning of of Clone Wars characters, I'm sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Just
Cody.
consulted
He may have like
But I don't
put
think
some
he's
stuff
there
together.
like
Well, it is what it is exactly
Bringing
how we saw
production.
at Celebration. Dave Filoni came out and introduced the panel, and he said,
Mm-hmm.
technically, I co-created these characters with George. This is the season. He's executive, he's EP on the show. But then
Yeah.
he walks off stage, and then Jennifer Corbett and Brad Rao do most of the
Yeah.
talking. because
They're
the
the
ones who actually make
creators of the
stuff.
show.
His is
Like,
the
I
first name
Right.
after every episode. It says created by Dave Filoni. Like
It's true as well.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, no,
in the same way it says based on characters by George Lucas. Like
Yeah.
Dave Filoni is the EP, but Jennifer
It just
Corbett
makes
and
me
Brad
feel
Rao-
like he has his finger on it.
No,
his
he
thumbprint
certainly
is
does
there.
to an
Yeah,
extent.
yeah.
I just don't
To an
think he's
extent.
there in the nitty gritty.
in a
Working
broad.
on
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you
how
gotta
each
think about how
episode
many
flows. I
friggin'
think it's just
projects the guy's
bigger,
doing at once,
bigger
too.
plot stuff.
Well, anyway, in that regard, whoever's responsible for making them mirror those things that I'm saying, where you're like, I'm
Yes.
seeing some like callbacks to other compositions
Yeah.
and other parts. That
Well,
are,
I'll
like,
say this.
it's
I'll say
poetry,
this.
right?
So Dave Filoni's position in Clone Wars was supervising director, and supervising director in this show is Brad Rao. So I give that credit to Brad Rao. Jennifer
Yeah, okay.
Corbett is the
Yeah,
head
cool.
writer.
Yeah.
And he's like the EP. I mean, Dave is the George to Clone Wars. Like how George was to Clone Wars, and how Dave is to Bad Batch. It's the same sort of relationship where it's a super broad scale. Like he is involved, yes, but it's Brad Rao and Jennifer Corbett doing the writing and the directing. The duo there.
In terms of Crosshair's redemption, because we kind of know that's probably what it's leading up to eventually. Is that
Redemption in
Crosshair will-
Star Wars?
Yeah,
What?
right. But
No way.
how is it? Do you
it's
think
gonna
it'll be like a
sacrificed.
sacrifice?
Yeah,
or
it's
like
gonna be
a-
sacrificed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't. At
Yeah.
this point, I don't think he can live and just walk off okay. He's
It'll
killed too many people.
either
I
be
don't
for
even- yeah.
Omega or
No.
it'll be for Omega or for Hunter probably. 'cause
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
haven't
imagine
had any hunter yet.
Yeah, well, now my mind's racing about this. About
I
this
imagine
clone
it will
group.
be a death though, and if anyone's in the batch
Yes.
to die, I think it's gonna be Crosshair.
Yeah.
Maybe not this season, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
I just don't
think-
see him
I think
staying
it's-
with the Empire by the end of this season. Like I think that's obvious.
Yeah.
that line,
that's
that
fair.
line that Cody
Yeah,
gave.
I
him was
hopefully
not making
Cody
the
woke him up a bit.
or having to live
Yeah.
with their decisions, like Cody. That he'll probably feed that
Mhm.
line back to Omega or something
Yeah.
at the end of the season. Yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm very looking forward to seeing that. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing. Again, it is the logical next step. I'm looking forward to see if Rex and Cody together again. That's very.
I think that's just like you said, the logical next step. Like we know Rex
Yeah.
is in the show, he's in the trailers and
Yeah.
stuff. He was in season
Yeah.
1, obviously. So I just feel like Cody and
And,
Rex
and
is
as Levi says, I mean, we know we're getting a clone rebellion. So
yeah.
just
So-
considering, you know,
at some point, whether that's this season or not.
I know,
too.
no, but it
Yeah.
could be building up for next season. I mean,
Right.
You know,
True.
we've seen Cut, we've seen Baja Ballast,
No.
you know,
Echo.
we've seen Cody now.
like Cody and
Hispanic
Rex
balance.
on the
I mean,
checklist of things
we
you must see.
we're building up the roster of
Gregor,
clones here.
obviously, Gregor.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
last
Gregor,
year.
Gregor. I forgot
Wolf.
Gregor was in
Right.
War Mantle. Yeah,
I
but
mean,
this guy's
the
been
obvious
so
the obvious
far.
thing is Echo every season, or in both seasons now. Echo's like one character trait thus far that they're building out is that he's like we have to fight more, and he identifies more with Rex. That was him last season. Like when they're in War Mantle, he's like, man, like we can't leave this guy. Rex wants us to get him. We're soldiers. We have to fight the Empire. And the rest of the batch is more Omega related. We've seen it last episode. Like
Yeah, that was
Echo-
they just don't want to fight.
Echo-
main
yeah.
theme of
Like,
last
Echo
episode.
seems to be on his own, like he's more towards the Rex school of thought. But point being is that there's a lot of clones now established in the show who want to take the fight to the Empire. So
Right. Yeah.
and we have an episode in this season called The Clone Conspiracy. Obviously we haven't seen it yet, but like it's in the list. Like
I imagine it'll be about that. Yeah.
I imagine it'll be about
I'm very
that.
excited.
Right.
Which is actually very exciting because that's something I've wanted to see. Hello.
Fingerman.
But yeah, I mean, favorite moments of the ep. I know there's quite a few, and we kind of listed some of them. But I mean, what is everybody's favorite moment? I'm curious.
Definitely love those sniper sequences, both of them. They just because they
Yeah.
had that, it was just they were just well done, and it was just a good way of seeing Crosshair how like amazing his abilities are, right? So
Mhm.
I think we've seen some of it before, but it's just
Yeah,
cool.
we saw it in Clone Wars and then a little bit last season.
Yeah.
I definitely was my favorite shots. For
I think
sure.
the altercation between Crosshair, Cody, and I always forget her name, but the governor woman.
Tawny
and
Ames.
you know she's gonna
Ennui.
die. You know Crosshair's gonna take the shot, but just like I don't know. I love the characterization
Aw.
of Cody and all the characters involved, and how it shows that Crosshair he's not quite there yet, but Cody certainly left an impact on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I was waiting for him to like pop her while he was holding the.
Yeah,
governor.
me too. Because
Like, I was just waiting for him to just right in their
Yeah.
face.
And we all,
And I was
we
like,
all
oh,
know
no.
how much
But that's the
Crosshair
thing,
loves
I
murdering
think old Crosshair
women
would
and
do that.
children
I think
and old people.
yeah, Crosshair's slowly making his way into letting
Yeah.
people live a little longer.
Yeah,
I think season 1 Crosshair would have done that. Now
Yeah,
being
definitely,
left
yeah.
abandoned.
time he wants to listen.
kind of like I still want to be part of this, but like
Yeah.
32
two
I'm-
rotations. man.
32
What
rotations.
did he like eat, man, or even drink?
I know.
for
I
that
don't know
matter?
what.
Fuck yeah.
Levi
You'd
can
have
tell
all
us.
the
There, you know?
We don't know how
the-
long a
yeah.
Camino a day is, though.
True.
That is true.
That
Yeah,
could be
but-
like
Yeah.
48 hours.
32 of anything
you know?
is a good amount. You know.
Yeah,
so.
I guess.
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah,
when they
I
say
don't- I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, all the habitable planets in Star Wars have like breathable air.
no.
Or is it
Yeah.
rotation not like a
Yeah, a ro-
standard? I thought it was
Yeah,
based
rotation.
around
Yeah,
a
it's
Coruscant, yeah.
day.
and
Yeah.
conveniently, a Coruscant day.
Coruscant days are
24
hours. So that's
Camino has
that is a
27-hour days according to Wikipedia. So if
I know,
he is
but when
referring to-
they use rotations,
Yeah, when Imperials use rotation, it's usually the galactic stage.
Right.
it's
It's
usually
like,
the galactic standard of
just like
being
how
based around
technically, so
Coruscant.
So
technically,
he was just like sniping fish, like to
Yeah,
survive.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
that's-
I don't
I
know
mean,
what
right?
what he drinks, man, because
That's
that
kinda-
got to be salt water. So
Camino water. Yeah.
It's
it's
true.
funny. There's a lot
Saltwater,
of funny stuff like that. Like how in the
I
original
drink Camino
trilogy,
water.
before they in the special editions they changed all the English words to Arabesh. Like technically in universe, like the English alphabet exists. It's just known as High Galactic, and it's like a
Mm.
different version. And there's Basic, which is English, and then Arabesh, and
Yeah.
so it's all conveniently like Coruscant happens to have all the same stuff as Earth, and that's the galactic standard.
makes it easier.
Makes it easy.
Makes it so much easier.
It does. But yeah. I mean, Chad, do you have a favorite moment? I don't know if you. if you listed it.
Chesn's
I think that final scene between Crosshair and Cody when they're talking and
Yeah.
where you see kind of Cody's like, yeah, I'm done with this shit. I'm done.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like he's trying to see if like Crosshair will be done with him, or he's just trying to see like if it's worth it, kind of a bit. And he's like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm done with this.
And that officer is the biggest scumbag.
yeah,
Yeah,
Garage.
he sucked,
Yeah.
dude. He sucked. He's such a little weasel, dude. It's
Mm.
horrible.
that is
Levi.
my that's
Does
my
look like
favorite
Levi.
moment. Why everyone
Yeah.
keeps saying that? That looks like I don't look like these guys, man.
Animated
Every-
Imperial.
Yeah, do you guys
officers
think
all look
Levi looks
Levi.
like Levi is like an imperial officer? Like that's what he would be if he was.
Oh yeah, Levi.
Yeah,
Levi
he's
would
an
be
imperial
an
officer.
imperial
Look at him.
officer.
Look at him. Look. Oh yeah, now
Wait,
he's
wait,
like,
wait,
oh,
no,
that's
hell
what
yeah.
it's
No, you
literally.
wouldn't.
That's literally like.
Look at that.
You
Look at
wouldn't
that.
be.
Look at that.
I think
Look at
Levi looked a little too kind. I feel like they're really good at casting the Imperial officers in
Levi,
person
serious
anyways,
face.
but they
Do a
all
serious
look like
face.
the worst people
I
on earth.
can't. Like,
You can't
Well,
do
I
it.
mean, Rebels really like it was just the same.
Yeah,
same
no, yeah,
person
yeah.
every
Rev,
time.
Rev,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rebels Imperial officers
It's
all
the
look like
same
Levi.
dude.
Literally looks like a
You
live.
can't. You
action
couldn't see
version
their
of
eyes. The imperial officers. They had their hat all the way. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, no,
Hold
he-
on there, perfect, right there.
That's the rebels. That's the rebels look.
Oh,
See, I'm telling you. Oh,
It made
Ben
Dibs
laughed so
leave.
much. He
I do look
left.
like the Rebels one, don't I?
he's laughed so hard.
Ben
his
laughed so
computer
hard he
exploded.
left.
He looks like the
That's
generic
funny.
rebels.
I was laughing so hard at Levi, I hit the back button.
Yeah, my favorite moment definitely is the shot of the clones going on one ship and the TKs coming out on the other, and just Cody's reaction to it. Like, oh, that hit like no other. That was a really good shot there.
I think my
But,
favorite shot is definitely
Yeah.
it's just the frame of Tawny Aim's face after she says, like like Cody just says, we offered her a peaceful solution, and he's like, I
Yeah.
didn't, and it's just a shot
I
of her
didn't.
face, and it's
Yeah, I
just
know.
look in her eyes, where she's like, I knew this was gonna happen, man, and
Yeah.
this is what life is now. This is how our existence, the universe operates now in this awful way. And the look, and then it's a reverse shot of Cody's face going like,
And then it's Cody. Yeah, it's like,
oh man,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, man,
and it's
like-
the
awesome.
moment
I
of
love it.
realization for both of them.
yeah.
It reads to the
No,
animation.
'Cause
very
Cody was
very
the one that
central.
offered her, was like,
Cody,
yeah,
yeah.
you're good. And then
Yeah.
Did anyone else
Ultimately,
notice how like he got called to go see Rampart twice while sitting down eating?
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost eating. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone did. Well, yeah. I feel like that probably happens to him a lot.
Yeah.
That'd be,
Every time.
yeah.
they won't even use his name.
No wonder
Man-
he's so skinny.
Man got left
I
in
know.
Camino for 34 rotations and can't even have a good meal.
32.
32.
32. Oh,
I'm
my
32.
bad.
32.
Just kidding.
Wouldn't that be funny though if that's what ends up making Crosshair snap? Like he just gets called again. Like, he's like,
That's it. I'm done. Yeah.
He
it's
throws all those-
Fire.
they call
You
them the
starved me
pucks.
for 32 rotations.
Just want to eat my lunch.
Yeah. But yeah, great up
Right.
though. I mean, definitely 9.95 up for me. I it's hard for me to settle on a score. 9.3. I'll just say 9.3.
I'm excited
That's
to
the
watch
middle
it
ground.
again. I'll say that much.
Yeah, no, definitely a rewatchable app. That's for sure. I mean, all the show is, but it's definitely this one in particular.
Yeah.
Good pacing. I thought the establishing shots of the environment
Launch the epic verse. I like it.
looked really cool
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Wait, was Desix a planet or was it just that one settlement?
I think it's the
I
planet.
think it was.
It was a
I think
planet,
It's
right?
a system. But
Anchorman, did you make a fake Josiah
Yeah.
Rises account? What the hell?
What about the scene with like the
Real
mother?
Josiah.
Did you guys think anything of the scene of like the mother and the
fake one?
kid in the elevator?
yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I thought the Crosshair was about to shoot that kid.
Did
He
you?
loves.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I
He's
think
killed-
we
he's
say
killed-
it on this.
No,
He's
I
killed
forgot. I
50
forgot.
children
It
in
was
this
just this
show.
running bit. I don't know if you guys remember, but in season 1, like in Replacements, like he like immediately
yeah.
aims at like the like old lady like out of the group of like the rebels, and then later
Oh, no,
on
that was the- that
Baraka,
was the
he
first-
he shoots at Omega first, and it's like, damn, this guy goes after
He goes-
kids.
he goes-
Yeah.
no, he literally
old-
says, he
old rebels.
says, aim for the kid, and they all like aim at Omega. Come on, man. Like,
Jeez. He's
Jeez.
mad.
no, but in like we see it on screen, like in Replacements. Not only does he kill the squad leader, so he can kill more innocent people, but you watch them like they just execute those people. It's crazy. That's in the show.
Yeah.
He loves it.
That's a brutal ep.
What's
That is
the?
brutal.
You know how you can see the metamorphosis of like the clone trooper into the stormtrooper armor? It's kind of that like
Yeah.
hybrid, right?
Yeah.
What's
The
that
TK, yeah.
Are called TK. Oh, the TK. So
TK.
they are
TK troopers.
stormtroopers. Oh wait,
Yeah.
they're not. they're like proto stormtroopers.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure,
and they're
yeah.
literally they are literally the Ralph McQuarrie
So, like-
first design stormtrooper.
Yeah, like once again, like that's part of the visual storytelling. Once again, where it's like, oh, you can see the like
The blend.
the dead clone names on the wall, and then the like this new
get
era.
troopers
Of
walking
clone.
by,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, so
Yeah.
so
Not even
good.
clones.
And speaking
Crazy.
of brutal, I mean, we've had 2 back-to-back eps now. Like last week, watching Wilco's body fall, and then this week, there's just a holding shot of like the smoking body of Tawny
Yeah.
Ames. Like, God
It
damn.
reminded me of
can't with the
how
name
dark
Tawny
Clone Wars
Ames.
could get too.
And then he
Yeah.
says, and then Groton's like, put her body in the square, real Andor style.
Yeah,
I
no,
know. Yeah, so it can be an example to the people. Yeah,
It's a
horrible,
full
Whoa.
horrifying.
Andor moment.
Yeah,
Cody,
very much an
Cody,
Andor moment.
Cody just looked broken when he said that.
Mm.
He was just like,
I know. Yeah, that
Narrating.
was it. Honestly, that was it for him.
Yeah.
He was like,
It's Andor,
This is-
man.
this is irredeemable."
Mhm.
Andor,
Andor.
the worst show on television, according to our friends.
Right.
But
To
that
It
being
is.
said,
people.
I wish Bad Batch was performing like much better than it is. Apparently, it's not doing so hot.
Yeah, because first off, they marketed
yeah,
it like
I mean,
so
what it was.
It
horribly,
was awful.
and
I
it's been
didn't- I saw,
delayed.
Well, I don't,
And,
I don't know if we
look.
have data yet, full data. I don't know if we have the
No,
week.
but I think
From what I've been
just the way
reading.
people are talking about it, it's just not. I want to point out that I don't think that Mando has been advertised well thus far either.
No.
Considering we've gotten one teaser
Yeah.
and we're like less than 2 months out.
For sure.
And,
I feel like they're really
no,
good
look-
with all the Marvel stuff. It's just when
It's
it
yeah,
gets
of course,
to
Star Wars fans are always going to see the trailers, but you got to start
Yeah.
pushing this out
Mhm.
to like
right.
to the people that were just there for Grogu. You know, if you want it to be a big show.
Yeah, but
Right,
I know. But then
think
again,
about
I
how
do
big
think-
season 1 of Mando was. Like,
No, I know.
Even
I mean,
season
but
one
then,
Bad Batch had a pretty good turnout. Like,
yeah.
if I recall, it was like a surprisingly good turnout.
No, what it's just they just don't care about the animation stuff. It seems.
well,
Oh.
Tails popped off.
That's probably a whole. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean,
I know,
give
but
it
once
time.
again, I don't think it's
For
advertised.
3
but
episodes. in.
Tales sort of just dropped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tails
Tails
was
kinda
not
pushed.
even. I don't even think it was advertised.
Star Wars trailers really haven't been like that too good and like
Andor
up to,
had-
like,
I think
What we
if Bad
saw-
Batch,
what we
if
saw
Bad
at
Batch
Celebration,
continues
yeah.
that was
doing
good.
But
what
it's the lack of trailers.
celebration
and
trailers,
just-
sure.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do expect a
Not the
Mandalorian
public
trailer
ones.
during the Super Bowl. They usually
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
throw in a Star Wars trailer in there, so
Yeah.
that'll be fun. But
It's probably not gonna be good though. Do you remember Man?
well, I hope it's a new. I hope it's a new trailer though.
Yeah,
It's something
me
new
too.
that we haven't seen because it was what we saw is just
Ah.
a re-edited version of the Celebration trailer.
Right.
Projects used to get like
Right.
3 trailers. It felt like.
No, I know,
Now
I know.
They
it's-
used to get,
it's
they used to
one.
get a
Well,
teaser, a trailer. and
Season
a-
one of Mando was
That's
the
gonna-
best marketing they have ever done. I think I remember seeing that everywhere, obviously, because it's like their first like big show.
Yeah.
But then since then, it's just kind of like been like, yeah, you see it every now and then. Maybe on like an
Mando
Instagram
2's
at
trailers
post
weren't
version.
like all that great, and then
The book of Boba trailer didn't come out until
Yeah.
November.
Mando
It was
2
Boba
even
Boba.
didn't
Oh.
do trailers until like a month before the show
Yeah.
came out.
No,
Yeah.
all these shows, all the Disney Plus shows, they'll put one out like 6 months in advance,
Right.
and they'll put one out a month before. That's what's
Yeah.
probably
I
gonna happen with Mando season 3.
I don't get it.
February
Yeah,
1st, we're gonna
probably.
get a trailer.
Yeah, and people will watch Mando,
Hopefully.
but when it comes to a Bad Batch, and it's like I don't really know how Lucasfilms works. Like they're very separate from Disney and what goes on there. But you know, if Bad Batch doesn't get great numbers this season, maybe it doesn't get picked up for 3. I don't think that would
That would
happen,
suck.
but
I don't think that would happen, but
I don't.
yeah, we'll see.
I'm hoping not because
I know.
I
love
hope not
Willow.
either.
I know, but
Yeah.
no, but Willow, I know.
It's horrible.
I know Mike's not
Yeah,
a big fan, but
Well, Ben, you haven't seen the finale yet, so I would.
I know.
Yeah.
But from what you said, it
Yeah, I-
seems as though it's setting up a multi-season show.
It,
and
oh,
it's
100%.
Yeah, not, I
100%.
don't, yeah, not, I don't know about setup. It literally says
No, it
this
did.
is
It
the
did.
structure of-
100% second season.
Yeah, yes.
setup.
I know, but I don't think it's
And-
gonna happen.
Was it like a
Another-
bad finale or was it like an unsatisfying finale?
No,
I
I,
thought
just
it was
thought
good.
I just thought it missed the
thought-
mark in
I
so
know
many
you did.
ways.
There can be great finales that don't wrap
There
up
were-
the plot.
There
and
were
set
cool
up the
parts,
next
but there were
season.
so many elements that
True.
made me cringe.
There are a lot of
It-
cliffhanger season enders.
Yeah, it was a
There was-
cliffhanger.
It's a bit of a cliffhanger, I would say.
there were a
I mean,
couple
I'm
of
fine with it.
attempted comedic moments that fell like embarrassingly flat for me, and then
I mean, that's been
like,
the whole show.
Yeah,
To be fair,
I think it just got the vibe wrong. Yeah.
Willow fight. Willow fight.
It was, you know what? It was fun. It was fun.
no,
I
yeah,
watched
Willow
it.
is not a show I'll fight over.
I'm trying not to. I'm
If you
trying
got
not
someone
to
saying Andor's bad,
Yeah, you got to put your
Yeah,
eggs
well,
in
it is.
certain-
So.
Ah,
we'll fight
Chad!
about that.
You got to choose hills to die on, and it doesn't
Gibbs,
sound like
Gibbs, you
Willow.
missed it last night
I-
after
oh,
Corey.
No,
I heard.
I,
Oh, I
no,
heard.
don't worry, Chad. I
Oh, I
told you
heard.
about it. I told him.
I've
That's
been
a
filled in.
blast.
You're lucky I wasn't there because then you would have been
That's a
out. you would-
blast.
Brent would have
No,
been outnumbered.
No, it would have been even.
No,
and
Corey-
Corey. And
Yeah,
Corey.
Corey-
I heard
uneven.
Corey
Anyways.
wasn't really fighting.
Mm.
Corey
too
was
hard, though.
Corey was the one dogging on it.
Corey was the
most.
Oh,
ring
okay,
leader.
yeah. So you guys really needed some backup, man. Sorry about that.
Luckily, Mike's.
Anyway,
I think
sorry.
Mike likes Andor. Mike's
Yes,
an Andor.
yeah.
Well, but yeah, point being, I will not die in a Willow Hill. I will not fight on that.
Oh,
But,
I would.
But it seems like we all like the episode. So I mean, yeah. Next.
I
up,
love
probably
the
gonna-
movie
so
Willow. For sure.
The movie will.
Fair.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
the
gonna
movie
I'm gonna
Willow.
finish the movie. Will I gotta finish it tonight?
You
Great.
should start it
Um,
again. 'Cause there's no way to watch a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's no
no.
way to watch a movie, my friend.
I'll watch it.
I
I'll
watched
it
the
again.
first 20 minutes and I fell asleep. And I said it wasn't good.
No. I had to turn it off. I mean, well, it was very late, but
Fair.
That's a crazy Anchorman take, and I'm for it.
Kino Loy appearance. Hell
You
yeah.
know, we see him get locked up.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
Kino
yeah.
Loy.
seems like a character that would have been like in a trailer, though. So,
Yeah.
but,
But
Andy
that being
Serkis
said, it does
ain't
feel like they
animated.
would put him in Bad. Can't you see him in Bad Batch?
No, I
now?
can, and I can see him
No.
like in the trailer.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, he's a one shot character. He's only in
No, I know.
those
He's never coming back.
Those three
He's never
episodes,
coming
and we're
back.
never seeing him ever again.
No, he's gonna be in
'Cause he's
season
dead.
I want
I
a
think he's
Kino
good.
prequel show. Prequel spinoff of
Yeah.
already
Star Wars
all
story.
the
No.
spinoff.
No,
A
dude,
prequel
no.
spinoff.
Dead.
He can't
of
hide
a
it.
prequel
He's
spin-off.
Snoke.
He's just like, I learned to swim.
Yeah.
Yes,
He
yes,
did.
dude, yeah.
Either he
be
jumped off
awesome.
and
You
drowned,
kidding?
or the Empire just went and blew up that prison.
Someone could have helped
But he
him,
dead.
I know. That's what I always thought. Like,
No,
like
he's
to
fine.
But that
kinda
being
like-
said, it was a long swim.
I know that's true. I know.
Swimming's not.
This is my
easy.
take. He's gonna be in the second season. No one
I think he
believes
will
me,
be too. Yeah.
but he's gonna be in the second season.
You
Tony
think he will
Gilroy.
be? I hope.
Because Tony Gilroy was like, hey, you don't know he's dead. Like the fact that Tony Gilroy came out and was like
He
correcting
said
people,
you
would be
don't.
like,
Okay, well
yes!
then, yeah.
he kept
probably-
saying like, you don't know what happens to him. I'm like, all right, Tony, like, well, he's gonna do something.
Could be a diversion though.
Could be, but
Yeah.
why? Tony
I don't
doesn't.
know.
see
Yeah,
his-
but Tony's
we
very
see his body
purposeful.
wash.
Tony knows.
Yeah, I
what
guess
he's doing.
Tony doesn't care about the like reveals and stuff.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, he's, no.
No, his trailers showed the entire show.
True.
It's true.
These damn trailers. Yeah, it's either they show too much or they show like nothing. There's no.
I prefer
I
this.
don't know. I feel like they haven't hit.
Me too.
I-
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. It does make for the better show, but
It
yeah,
works for Andor,
next
though.
week probably got a racing app. That should be cool. Fun,
it'll be
fun
fun.
app.
Yeah,
I
man,
hope
I'm
it
with
was-
it. I think people
Yeah.
might not be super
Yeah.
thrilled for because it's a good app, and then maybe like get as much crazy
Doesn't
stuff
seem like
going
it's gonna
on.
match the tone for sure.
It's gonna
which
be
is
a Bad
fine.
Batch app, and it's probably gonna be a Sid app. So it is
Bad-
what it is.
What
Or
about-
or
what about
fee,
Bad
or
Batch?
fee?
What about that character Roland they introduced?
Yeah, bro.
Last-
Oh, he gone.
Roland
Heck,
Duran.
At least
Like
No,
they,
he's
they-
Vizago.
they need him as like a mafia.
No, he was
Connection
Vizago. I
kinda-
swear, when they cut off his horn, I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Zago.
Vizago
I think that might
prequel.
as well be Vizago. Other horn.
Honestly,
though.
that's kind of a cool theory. He like changes his name. It becomes
Yeah,
I know, but
that's
it's the wrong horn.
Citriano.
Oh,
Oh
Roland.
right. Yeah.
You can't have a character named
Vizago.
Roland in Star Wars. Come on, what are we doing?
His name is Roland Durand. He's a pet named Ruby.
Blup shitto.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely Glove Shadow.
Glow up shadow. Love it.
Deep Shadow. Bad Batch is like
Punch.
yeah, dude. Hey, don't disrespect Therm. Denny's. The Bad Batch is like it's like the deepest Glove Shadow.
It is
show.
the deepest.
Yeah,
No,
it's
when Ryu Chuchi shows up, that's gonna be a big glup
Yeah.
shitto.
Yeah, they
You know Glup Mike?
Yeah, it's just like the random character.
Yeah,
from-
it's just it's just what it's the random character.
like
that-
in Bad Batch, they
Yeah.
can say Mina Bonteri, and I can be like, hell yeah, baby!
Yeah.
It's like no one knows who that is.
Well, Gunji in the trailers was like the most recent Glup Shitto for people. Like I remember seeing on Twitter and stuff, people were like, "Yeah, this is a huge Glup Shitto."
Yeah, Gunji.
Yeah,
Gunji.
like,
Gunji is
Gunji.
no- Gunji is
Gunji
no-
is
he's
Glup
not a
Shadow.
glup.
but to like
Gunji's not
casual
a
people,
Glup.
like I just remember a lot of people were like, "What is like? Who is this person? Like, why is everyone going crazy?"
the Bonetary name drop. That's a true.
yeah,
glup.
it was funny how
Yeah, that's the Glup
I
Shadow.
kind of made fun of it in the group chat to you guys, but how like highlighted it was. It was like my colleague, this name here, tried to
Yeah.
do this thing.
Right. Right.
True.
Any casual knows who Gunji is, like or
No-
it's like
no
Luke
casual.
Skywalker,
Ah,
it's like Darth Vader,
yeah,
it's like
that's
Gunji.
everybody. Gunji,
Yeah.
that's
No,
like,
I'll
that's
find
like
most
number
recognized.
2.
Like, Obi-Wan
Definitely
and
not.
Gunji are probably on the same level. It's like it's
Yeah.
like Vader, Luke, and then like
Gunji.
Gunji's
Sure.
Probably like
it's
Yeah.
probably like Meeber Gascon, then Gunji.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know
Dogs.
you know how
Love it.
last
No,
onion
no.
one of the no spoilers for Glass Onion, but one of the characters
No
says how
spoilers.
they want to be in the same breath as the Mona Lisa. Like Gunji's right
Yeah.
there. It's like, I want to be in
I mean,
Gunji's-
same
Gunji's in
breath
the
as
same
Gunji's
breath
pretty
as
close.
Darth Vader.
Gunji's pretty close. I think they're putting an art in.
Well,
They're
I
actually
mean,
doing the Gunji edit.
the
of the
sentiment
original
of that
trilogy.
sentence.
Yes.
We are using the Mona Lisa and Gunji in the same sentence. So
Exactly.
he's achieved it.
Ben, what would your
Got
rating
it.
for the Rise of Skywalker be if Gunji made an appearance?
10 out of 10.
Nothing can save that movie, man.
Not even
that's
Gunji. And tell me if you know standing
Yeah, well,
against
how much is
Palpatine,
the Gunji being?
shows up?
Okay, very
Okay,
wait,
all right. So
The
all right,
Gunji
so
character,
fine.
Gunji and Rey-
or he would
Gunji
even
and
one
Rey
of the
fighting
Hold
Jedi
on,
Gunji.
step
talking
back,
to Rey. You
step
just
back,
hear like,
yes.
"Oh."
No, step back.
Yeah,
Step back. Step back.
Okay,
As,
I
a
like
fan
that.
of, as a fan of Rise of Skywalker, let me give you a good one. So in Lando's Treadable, if he opened the door to the driver's seat and it was Gunji instead of the alien,
Listen, okay.
Okay,
Well, I
I
did mention this the other day. If when the whole galaxy shows up in Exegol, if we saw Boss Nass and a tri-bubble bongo pull up,
Mm.
but then you got Gunji like hanging out the side, like, "Roar!" yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
well,
Ben's dream.
the tri-bubble
Boss
bongo,
Nass Gunji.
that would
combo.
fix the movie. If you just add that, I'll
It's
be like,
got-
okay, that's like I'll be
Just-
like that's like a 7
just
out
a
of 10.
quick
What is
shot,
everybody's
like, right
everybody's
across the
dream
screen.
dream like pair up of random Star Wars characters? This
And
like
Ben might have just named it, honestly.
Good
That's-
Gunji.
yeah, I'm
Boss Nass.
Ben's got a good one.
And the tri-bubble bongo.
I mean, I
Chad,
just
you got
want
one?
Boss Nass.
Random
I
random
want-
character pair up?
I want Lats, Razzie, and Captain Tarples. That's what I want.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I got nothing.
No?
Yeah, I'm trying to think here.
I don't know anybody.
Johnny, I
I'm
know
bad
yours
with
has a
deep cut
Meaver in
names.
it.
Yeah, Meaver and somebody. I gotta think. Meaver's definitely in the mix. though.
Meaver cut.
Mike, you got one?
Boss-
Random dream
Boss,
pair up?
Boss Nask and Dexter Jetster.
Oh,
maybe like
that's
Oh,
a
I like
really
that.
good
I think
one.
they'd be like
Go to
best
that
They'd have a
friends.
good combo. They'd have a
They'd be
good
best
combo.
friends.
All right,
That's
we've come to the end of this discussion.
I know. I know. We're running low on steam here.
We've talked about
After
Bad
this
Batch
combo.
episode
When Boss
3.
Nass and Dexter are the same.
I'd
sentence,
listen to
you
this
know you're- you know you're-
I'd
you're
listen to
close.
this.
Oh boy. But thank you everybody for coming on. Thank you everybody in the chat. Yes. Who's behind them?
That's not a real
Right.
person. That is a.
That's not a real person. But Chad, Mike, thank you as always for coming on. Love to talk to you guys.
No
and
problem.
that was episode 3. Looking forward to next week. Should be a fun
Feed or whatever it's
Sooner
Sooner or
called.
later, guys, we'll be doing this with Mando. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Only
I
a few
know.
months away.
I know.
Yes.
Mando Bad Batch.
Mando season is rapidly approaching. I'm getting very. I mean, like to think about it, Mando was more than 2 years.
Yeah, more than
Yes,
2
we-
years ago.
We've talked
Yeah.
about this. You're gonna keep the podcast.
More than 2
About
years.
this last
Anyways,
time.
it's crazy.
All right.
But anyways, thank you everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace.